For infants and young children, feeding represents far more than the intake of nutrients, right? So let's talk about everything and bring it all together. So the feeding language loop, better feeding skills, better motor sensory foundations, improved language readiness, right? So the evidence collectively demonstrates that feeding and language development are not separate developmental domains, but rather deeply interconnected processes that share neuro, motor, and social substrates. The sensory experiences during feeding shape how the developing nervous system processes oral information, establishing the foundation for subsequent sensory motor learning related to speech production and language development. The motor coordination developed through feeding and the precise timing and force control necessary for swallowing provides the motor base for which articulation is built. The social interactions that occur during feeding create repeated opportunities for language exposure, caregiver responsiveness, and shared attention that are crucial for language acquisition. This interconnection helps us understand why children who experience early feeding difficulties often show concurrent language delays, language and speech delays, and why interventions targeting oral motor skills, sensory regulation, and nervous system safety, all during feeding, can produce improvements not only in nutritional intake, but also in communication development. For infants and young children, feeding represents far more than the intake of nutrients, right? It represents the daily practice ground upon which the complex motor, sensory, and social skills that underlie language development are systematically refined.